Hello everyone, and welcome, for the first time, to my channel, a division of Division 4 Gaming, CrisisSpectre. I am Jonathan. Joining me today over Steam Chat is Austin and Adam.
Hello.
Hello.
I recently went through an overhaul, well, kind of. I'm no longer using my crappy little Alienware, yay! Adam gave me his old computer, and he's got a new one, and Austin's letting me borrow his monitor. So I have a new little setup here. Today we will be playing FTL Infinite Space Mod. I'll probably do a video of just vanilla FTL eventually, but today is a very special day. Not only is there a thunderstorm around outside, not only did somebody get struck by lightning on a local lake, that did happen by the way, but we are playing FTL Infinite Space with one of the best starships to ever grace Federation space, the U.S.S. Defiant. Yes, there's a mod. I'll link it in the description. I'm going to change this to U.S.S. Defiant. It's a mod that somebody made for the Defiant. Few glitches, though. You can't actually install drones. Like, you can buy the drone thing. It doesn't work. You can buy, like, hacking modules and mind control. It just doesn't work. The thing I think the reason for that is because it can't cope with the fact that there's only 1x2 rooms here, 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 and here. Even though the O2 is in a 1x2 room, I think the O2 and the sensors and the door controls, I think those can be the only things that can have a 1x2 room. Otherwise, I think things like mind control, hacking, etc., drone control, need a 2x4 room, which is like what the engine here is occupying, what the cockpit is. Oh, and right off, we're going to name this guy. His name is not Chris or whatever it was, Christoph Z. He is Cisco. That is Benjamin Cisco. I'm hoping that's that guy right there. Yeah, Adam bought me Bandicam as well. So I'll be recording my own videos. I am a bit of a bitch when it comes to FTL, so I'll be playing on easy. Mainly because FTL Infinite Space is... well, FTL by itself is basically based on random number generation when you run into enemies. So, 1 minute I'll be running into an automated ship. If you've ever played FTL, you know how it goes. 1 minute you'll be running into an automated ship with only 1 shield or no shield. The next minute you'll be running into a Mantis cruiser with a teleporting room and 4 shields. And you just get knackered. Luckily, on the Defiant, it comes with 2 phaser cannons. And the phaser cannons are just 3-shot burst guns. Bad thing about them, you'll see... I'll stop rambling on in a second. I'm just going to talk about this for a little bit. But when the phaser cannons fire, it actually doesn't fire any beam. The beams are invisible. I think it's a glitch of the ship being modded into the game. It's actually modded over the Kestrel, which is the first ship you unlock in the game. I am going to turn Advanced Edition content on, because if any of you have played FTL, you know that a few months ago, there was a update. And it got to the Advanced Edition, and there's a new race of aliens. I think there are 2 new races of aliens. There's the Crystal, and there's something else. I'm pretty sure the Crystal is in there anyways. But, yeah, let's get started. Alright, you'll notice right away, I get 170 scrap to start, and I can have one of these. I always choose an additional crew member. I always get an NG. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put the NG on shields. Are you Cisco? You are definitely Cisco. Slug is going to stay on weapons for now. Or... I've always contemplated putting the Slug in engines, but engines always get shot at. Anyways, with this 170 scrap that we get, we are going to buy a new shield. Always buy a new shield. That's just something good. Power up my weapons. I like to buy more doors and buy extra sensors. So that takes up all the money we just had. That's what I only do for the Defiant. I do other things for other ships depending on what it is. And as you see, we can cloak, just like the Defiant can in Deep Space Nine. Haven't watched much of Deep Space Nine, maybe an episode or 2. Still getting into Star Trek. Anyways, let's put the rest of the power onto engines. Engines help us dodge incoming stuff, as you can see, evade there. And if Cisco isn't in the room, you can't evade because he's not piloting. And if Atreyu is in the room, it's a 5% reduction. So, I would name these guys after, you know, Defiant members, but I don't know any Defiant members. I really only know Cisco. If this was the Enterprise, we'd be having a different conversation. Alright, let's jump off to this beacon. And, if you actually haven't picked up FTL, or even looked at it, we're not going to be following, we're not going to be like the U.S.S. Defiant. We're just going to attack anyone who has nice goodies that I think, They can punch through my shield and do some damage if I'm not careful. Alright, cloak. I always auto-fire and just put everything on their shields to start. See, when I go cloak and FTL, their weapons can't target me, but my weapons can still target them. The Defiant also has a teleporter room, or what's it called in Star Trek? Well, I'm drawing a blank. The transport room.
Yeah,
So, as you can see, their FTLs are charging. Yeah, they're not gonna have a fun few seconds here, and they're dead. Anyways, this is basically how I play FTL Infinite Space. I just go around dicking on people. I'm trying to keep these videos either 15 to 20 minutes long, but I'll try to explore all of the... no, fight the ship. I'll try to explore all of the sector, if possible, in one episode, because I'm going to make multiple installments of this. But yeah, anyways, as I was saying, if you haven't picked up FTL, if you've never heard of FTL, go on Steam, buy FTL right now. I don't care who you are, $10 I'm pretty sure. It's one of the best indie games, honestly. I don't know if I've ever said this on the Division 4 channel, but I am a giant indie gamer. I like indie games because, honestly, AAA games always build the hype up. It's gonna be so good. I can use Watch Dogs as an example. Yes, I liked Watch Dogs, but it wasn't as I was expecting. It's just, AAA games always build up so much hype, and then when they come out, it's just not... It's not what you needed it to be. It really just isn't good. Like, I'm hearing hype about Mirror's Edge 2. Being a person who loved Mirror's Edge, I absolutely loved Mirror's Edge. I really did. It's the only game of its kind. That being said, there are a lot of things that they could have done a lot better in Mirror's Edge 2. Or in Mirror's Edge, I mean. Being, they shouldn't have had combat. I don't think DICE, when they were making the game... And this isn't like just throwing DICE under the bus. This was a completely experimental game. DICE really hadn't done anything like this before. No one did. So, combat. Combat wasn't really a thing that should have happened. It's a game about running away. You're called a runner. Your name is Faith. You're a runner. It's all about running away from the trouble, not fighting it. So when they added combat, it was a little clunky, and it just didn't work like they wanted it to. And now... there are rumors and everything that Mirror's Edge 2 is going to be... sorry, I'm reading that real quick. Oh, I just got an NG on board. Awesome. You can go to Slugman. You can now be on my Door control, and NG, I want you on my weapons. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Mirror's Edge 2, they said it's going to focus more heavily on combat. I don't want it to focus more heavily on combat. I wanted the combat to be completely out of the game altogether. And now, if you've played Mirror's Edge, I can't do a video of that, because I don't think it's out on computer. Oh no, it is out on computer, just don't have it on computer. Probably get that eventually, it might be on Steam, but it's an EA game, so it's probably on Origin. That cancer. But it's on, I now have Origin on this computer from Adam, so I'll probably end up buying that and doing a video on that eventually. Anyways, if you've played it, you know at the end levels, that's where the game really shined its most. Not on the boat, because the boat was terrible. But when you were being chased by those other runner guys, that was awesome. It was just extremely tense, because you were chasing guys just as fast as you, and they were always right behind you, and you could hear their footsteps. And the only combat I think that should be in the Mirror's Edge 2 is like combat between the masked person. I won't say who the masked person is in case you haven't played Mirror's Edge, but there's a masked person you eventually have to fight, and that's the best combat in the game. That being said, let's get back to FTL. FTL is... no, let's just attack this thing. Oh, never mind. I guess I didn't attack it. Oh. FTL is just one of my favorite indie games. I get so pissed at it very often because of things like... Usually, this ship here that I just... this pirate invader is usually a 3-shielded thing with many mantises coming aboard with a teleporter beam. Because if I unpause, you can see that NG, I believe, and this mantis are both coming to teleport over somewhere in my ship. What I do there is there are these systemless rooms I always flood. I always flood those so that they start suffocating. You can't actually, it's almost like in Star Trek lore, you can't teleport onto a ship or off of a ship if your deflector shields and your normal shields are down. Oh, see, Elizabeth the Mantis there was an idiot and teleported right into one of my systemless rooms where I was flooding oxygen. So, what was I saying? Yeah, the game isn't too much like that. Like, you saw my shields were up, but he was still able to teleport onto my ship. But if I cloak, like when you saw me cloaked for that 5 seconds, because it goes in 5... I don't play the game. When it goes in the 5 seconds that I was cloaked for, he couldn't teleport onto my ship because he couldn't get a read on me. Right now he's busting through that door, but with my slug guy in here, Mafan, that's how you pronounce it, he is slowly helping the doors not be able to get through. And, okay, let's just close my doors up. And as you saw, it didn't work out well for him. I had my NG guy go in there because I thought he'd get through. You can actually name these guys. If you go into ship, go into crew, you can rename everyone, as you saw me do in the beginning with Cisco. So if I don't like a Cisco, his name can now be Jimmy. Or it could be, Leonidas. So, we could have the U.S.S. Defiant's captain be Leonidas. It's not gonna be that, it's gonna be Cisco. Just to keep the fanboys at bay, I suppose you could call it. Alright, as you can probably tell, you're not hearing much of Austin or Adam. That's because I'm a chatterbox when it comes to videos like this, because I have a lot to talk about.
Well, no, I'm doing a bunch of analytics for the Division 4 family, and was looking at the channels and seeing what popular videos we have, which genres are most popular at the moment.
Popular videos, we do not
nonsense.
have. Sadly, we don't have much of a fan base yet. Oh, as you see, do you see this little thing? Yeah, you guys might have saw that in the video. I don't know if you did. That was a hacking device. You'll see, right, it's going to connect. All of those bastards just connected a hacking device to my engines. What that does is once they activate it, it turns that room completely off. Oh no, they actually attach it to my door control. It's a bad idea. I don't need to use my door control because they don't have a teleport on here. I thought it attached to my engine, just the way it looks. That delivers a kind of EMP. I'll unpause the game. An EMP type move to yeah, to whatever room it's attached to, and it goes off for a little bit. And you can't target the hacking drone, and they can continue to. The only way you can destroy it is by destroying their hacking room. And as you see, this little bugger that's kind of going around is a normal drone. That was a combat drone that was shooting at my shields. They are dead, so you didn't see much of them. I think I'm gonna go boom, 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 boom. I'll do something. I still have an entire half of a sector to explore before the video ends. Oh, sell missiles for scrap. Yes, do that. I don't have a missile launcher, and I'm not planning to use a missile launcher. Although there is one gun called the Swarm, which is a multi-missile launcher. Ignore the refueling platform. Okay. Sometimes when you ignore that refueling platform, it's actually like a pirate or something that just wants to have your booty, in a manner of speaking. Okay, so here's a store. We can buy a lot of nice stuff here. Reconstructive teleport. Your crew gets fully healed by teleportation. That's a really good thing if you have a clone bay. A clone bay replaces the med bay. With the med bay, you can damage someone. I can show you that by draining oxygen out of someone's room. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to drain the oxygen out of my people's rooms. But the med bay, you throw them in there. As long as the med bay is on, they get healed. What a clone bay does is the people can't get healed. They only get healed on jumps, or if I have this augment, they get healed via teleportation. What that's good for is if you have a bunch of people that you really like to keep, but they end up dying a lot. When they die, they just get recloned, but they're skilled. I'll show you in a minute. Skilled. I'll show you now. See, Atreyu is actually starting to... I almost pointed at that with my finger on the screen. You can't see that. Atreyu, you can see the little green bar near the engines. Because he's an engine guy, he's getting engine stuff. Cisco is getting captain stuff. Mafan, weapon stuff. Mr. Booga, shields. And Eon, also weapon stuff, because Mafa used to be weapons. And you don't get skill from operating the sensors and the door control. It's just not a thing you get skills in. Because that's subsystems, not systems over here. Drone recovery arm, I'm gonna have that, because if I read that right, I'm pretty sure I've had that before. Non-destroyed drones will be retrieved while jumping, allowing their parts to be reused, like this. That means I can get a drone and then sell it at a store like this. Drones usually go for a nice amount of money. Ablaptive armor, I'm pretty sure, is something the modder, the person who modded the Defiant into the game, added. I don't know if that's a Star Trek thing. It probably is, but it basically just says energy weapon doesn't do as much damage as it should do. Gonna buy, I should buy some crew. I could buy hacking, but as I said before, doesn't work on the Defiant. Long-range scanners, as it says there, adds additional information to beacons. Gives you a little heads up before you jump somewhere if there's going to be an enemy. I'm going to buy Gracie, named after my cat, to, oh, I just noticed, 2 humans, 2 NGs, a slug, and a rock. I don't know if I want to get anything else. I'll buy the rest of the fuel and then ship off. Gracie, I want you to operate doors, and it makes sense that the slug operates the sensors. Let's actually up my piloting, so even if a Cisco has to go and leave and fight someone, I'm still getting 50% of the pilot from that. Let's also upgrade... Ooh. This is a bit of an impasse. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to tone down 1 engine power to fully boost our cloaking. So now we boost for 15 seconds. And we also, if I take, as you can see, as before, if I would take Cisco out of the room, it would be at 30%. Now it's at 25 for some reason. Now, I can't jump, I can't use the FTL drive because I have no captain, but that's still there. Not really sure why my evade went down, but I guess we'll find that out. I'll stop boring you with the shop and details. I will go try to fight stuff. Oh, I just got free stuff there. That's not exciting. Let's go over here and just kind of circle around and come back. The way you... Oh, okay. See, now that my sensors are a higher level because I have someone in the room manning them, I can see what their weapon charge is at. The next level of sensors, I can see, like this. I can see their, I can cloak too, buddy. Oh, I'm actually going to get that drone too. What was I saying? Yeah, as you can see, my power levels, I can see theirs when I get the sensor level for it. By the way, humans have 100% health, and they're just average at fighting. NG's extremely good at repairing, not too good at fighting, but they're like half organic, half robotic, you might think. Oh, is that a Borg? Not really a Borg, because they actually, they are not dicks to the entire universe, essentially. Slugs are really good in nebulas. When you go into a nebula, your sensors are completely offline, but if you have a slug, I don't know if it's a slug just in sensors or a slug, you can see there are people moving around on board their ship. Rocks have 150 health, very slow moving. If you compare him moving to the cloaking room to him moving to the cloaking room, you see the difference. Very slow, have a big amount of health though, and they're immune to fire. So if a fire sprouts up on any part of the ship, you can send them in and they won't get hurt by the fire. Also, this is Advanced Edition FTL. I mentioned that earlier. You can save crew positions. That's a new feature of Advanced Edition. I am going to jump back to this store to sell that drone. But, yeah, you can save crew positions so that you don't have to figure out where everyone was before. Mind control and drone control. 2 things I'd love to have. Can't, though. The shield overcharger I've had before. It's a bit... It's kind of hard to use if you don't know how to use it right, because you need a lot of drone parts over time. Emergency respirators. Crew take half damage from low oxygen. That might be good, but I'm going to get advanced FTL navigation, which means... So, the way the FTL map works, you can only jump to that there, because that there is directly across from where I am. But, I'll show you this. I can now jump across the sector, because I've already been here, and with the advanced, FTL navigation augment, I am allowed to jump to previously visited beacons. That's really good if you're jumping around a sector a lot. Okay, so if I pay them 45, these slavers, if I pay them 45 scrap, they'll give me Frederick. I'm going to attack them. A lot of the time when you attack these slavers, not all the time though, which is kind of gutting, but... Oh, that's Frederick right there. Hi, Frederick. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, I guess they just have him, like, invisible or something. No, but, a lot of the time, they will just say, okay, stop attacking us. If you kill us, you'll lose the crew member or the slave anyways, so why keep attacking us? I don't know if they're gonna do that this time. Okay, yep. Oh, even better, I got Notch. I got Notch. Didn't know Notch was a mantis. Anyways, mantises are pretty fast. Not very good at repairing whatsoever, but they are extremely good fighters. Usually what I do is, like, if there are intruders, I always group my mantis with my rock, and then usually a human to go attack. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can only have 8 people on a ship at once. I'm not sure why, it's just a thing. When really the Defiant, I think, had a crew of 50 at all times. But, and if it was the Constitution class of the original Enterprise, somehow it had 450 people. Don't know, that's what it said in one of the first episodes. Anyways, you can only have 8 crew members on at a time, and... What just broke? Oh, that must have been a slug interceptor. Anyways, let's get going. Only 8 crew out on a time. But that's not very bad. That's pretty good. Move into... Oh, okay, now there are intruders on station. There's an enemy Engie and an enemy human in my door control. That's kinda bad, because I need that. So, my rock guy is gonna fight the human, and he should win that. And my mantis is gonna go in here and fight the Engie. They'll probably beam out. Okay, that's a thing that annoys me. See how he doesn't actually have a teleporting room? They can just teleport crew on board my ship sometimes. It's a little annoying. But, you know, FTL Infinite Space, and just FTL in general, it'll do that. So, that alert's gonna be flashing until I get until these guys either die, or... Okay, they're already surrendering. I'll be nice. Okay, they're already surrendering, but their little pirate buddies stayed on their ship stayed on my ship to get killed. Alright, see, this is kind of derpy things that happens in this game, and now I'm going to send Notch and Gracie to the medbay. This is how the medbay works. You just send them there as long as it has power. See, if I take power off of there by right-clicking it, they're not healing. So, medbay has to be powered. Yeah, you go stay there. And Gracie's gonna heal up. It's so weird to say Gracie. Gracie's the name of one of my cats. This video's gone longer than I expected it to, mainly because I'm kind of sitting around and talking about things. At least I'm not being one of those boring YouTubers who just kind of sits around not knowing what to say. I am sitting around, but I'm knowing what to say. I'm just finding random things to talk about. Alright, so all we're gonna do, we're gonna go here to this door, then down, down, down. We're gonna jump to that with the advanced navigation, and then go there, and then go to the exit. So that's our plan, and then the video will end as soon as we go to the... as soon as we go to the next sector. Board the station and look for survivors. Oh! Benjamin Sisko died! Oh, God. Oh, shit. Who sent the captain? Oh, God. If William Riker was first officer on board this starship, he would not have let Sisko go down to that station alone. Who the hell let Sisko go to that station? I had to take a swig of water because I can't believe this. This is ridiculous! Who the fuck let him do that? Now who do I send to... Okay, other human, your pilot. Mantis, get in the engine room. You know what? You're Sisko Jr. now. You're no longer R2. You are Sisko Jr. Alright, Sisko Jr. is now here. Who let Sisko die? Seriously. That's gonna corrupt this series entirely. Well, actually, I think I'll just name him Sisko the Second or something. Let's go ahead and buy another rock. We could buy a third Engie, which is really good for repairing. No, let's just buy a third rock. Or a second rock, because rocks are... rocks. They're good at fighting. So, I'm going to replace the Mantis guy. Rock, you work on the engine. So I have 2 rocks in the back of this ship, and I have the Mantis guy sitting in the oxygen room, ready to attack anyone that may try to board the ship. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7 people. I can have room for 1 more, but I don't have any equipment that I want to sell. So let's go ahead and just jump and finish off the episode. Unless I die miraculously in this sector, which could happen. By the way, it's a very big possibility. What am I doing? I can just go here. Alright, go there, there. I explained this to you guys, but I don't remember it. Yeah, this video is going a lot longer. I was trying to keep a 15-minute video. Looks like it's gonna go to about 30 minutes, but not a big deal. I'm sure anyone watching this isn't mind. Oh God! So he has an ion cannon, a single laser, and a missile launcher. If you continue to watch me in the series, I will swear vigorously at missile launchers because they can pierce through shields like nothing. Like hot knife through butter. They're just annoying.
Or hot knife through foam.
That works too. And as you can see, as soon as my weapons fire, my cloaking just goes down, which honestly is a fair feature. Okay, good. I took some of their shields offline, and I took their rocket launcher offline, or their missile launcher, which is what I want to do. That is either gonna miss or take out one of my shields, and it missed. And oh, I thought they shot a triple shot thing at me, and I was gonna say, oh god, when they get one of those weapons, I didn't see that. Okay, so see now that eye on my shield. What ioning does is it takes out a certain room for a certain amount of time, usually for about 1 or 2 seconds. Contact the refugee ship. Oh, they gave me stuff. Awesome. There's also a yellow one that just stuns, so it stuns the room for a little bit. Actually, I can't remember if it stuns the room, or if it just stuns the people inside the room so they can't do anything about it. Let's hail the ship. We can dock, but I sense we better have a plan on making a purchase. See what happens here. If I dock, but I don't purchase anything from these people, they attack me. And considering I don't want anything, I'm going to buy nothing. They're going to do 3 damage to my hull and really knacker my ship because they're assholes. So I'm going to have my slug help fix the shield room. I'm going to have my other rock guy help fix the engine room before they all suffocate in there. I'm going to cloak while I do this. Luckily, they don't have a teleporter. See, this is what happens. The smart idea would have been not to dock at all, but I wanted to see if they had anything interesting, and they did not, so... Bad idea on my half. That was completely my fault, though. And as you see, it's trying to escape. And now not only was it trying to escape now, but I'm going to take that because it has fuel. I usually take their bribes if they have fuel, because I always like having fuel. Alright, so that's going to end it for this episode. I'm just going to, warp out to a new sector. And I will see you all next time. This has been Jonathan, sort of Adam, and sort of Austin. They've been quiet doing stuff, but this is going on my main channel. So this has been a division of Division 4 Gaming, CrisisSpectre. Have a good night, everyone. Stay sexy.